Welcome to the untold story of California, a tale of secrets, power, and the questions no one seems to be asking. Why does California burn every year like clockwork? Is it really just a coincidence, or is something more sinister fueling these fires? Let's uncover the truth hidden in the ashes. Melted metal, intact trees, and a fire that moves unnaturally fast. What if I told you these aren't accidents? Today we're diving into the evidence pointing to something far stranger than nature's wrath. California's wildfires don't just destroy, they reset. And if you connect the dots, real estate deals, infrastructure plans, and hidden technology, you'll see these fires might not be so natural after all. Every summer, it's the same story: dry conditions, a stray spark, and entire towns reduced to ash. But what if these fires weren't just random disasters? Could they be part of a grander scheme, a scheme designed to benefit the few at the expense of the many? From whispers of directed energy weapons to billion-dollar land grabs and suspicious government policies, the real story behind California's fires might be more explosive than the flames themselves. And today, we're putting all the pieces together. Welcome to Memoirs of Truth. If you haven't already, kindly subscribe to this channel as it helps build our community. Every year, as summer's heat takes hold, the narrative begins to unfold. News anchors tell us the same story. California is facing another wildfire season. Drought, dry vegetation, and the occasional spark are the usual culprits. It sounds logical, doesn't it? But have you ever stopped to wonder, what if that's only part of the story? The official explanation is simple. Climate change is increasing global temperatures, making droughts more severe and vegetation more flammable. A single spark, whether from a lightning strike, a campfire, or even a stray cigarette, can ignite an inferno. Add to that California's infamous Santa Ana winds, and you've got the perfect recipe for disaster. It's science, they say. Case closed, right? It's hard to argue with what we see. California's vegetation is drier than ever, reservoirs are at record lows, and every summer the winds howl across the state, spreading flames faster than anyone can contain them. Even the data backs it up. Since 1980, wildfire seasons have become longer and more intense. On the surface, the pieces fit together neatly. But even the most convincing stories have gaps, and this one is no different. If wildfires are purely natural disasters, why do they keep targeting the same areas? Why do some fires seem to defy physics, melting metal while leaving trees unscathed? And why, despite billions spent on prevention, does it feel like the fires are getting worse, not better? Here's the part they don't talk about. Wildfires are big business. Insurance companies rake in billions in premiums. Real estate developers swoop in to rebuild high-value properties. Even private firefighting firms see their profits soar. Could it be that the fires aren't just accidents, but opportunities for those who stand to gain the most? Then there's the issue of mismanagement. Decades of fire suppression policies have left California's forests overcrowded and full of flammable material. Controlled burns, which could reduce the risk, are often delayed or underfunded. It's almost as if the state is setting itself up for failure. But why? Could it be negligence or something more deliberate? And then there's the strangest part, the connection between wildfire zones and future development projects. High-speed rail lines, luxury housing developments, and renewable energy farms. These projects often seem to follow in the footsteps of destruction. Is it just a coincidence, or is there a pattern hidden in plain sight? So here's the question. If this is all just nature at work, why does it feel so convenient? Why do these fires always seem to pave the way for someone else's profit or progress? Maybe it's time to stop taking the official story at face value and start asking the questions no one wants to answer. Because what if these fires aren't accidents at all? What if they're deliberate, designed to reshape California's landscape, displace its people, and serve the interests of the powerful? The theories are wild, but the evidence might surprise you. Let's dive deeper into the possibilities. They say every fire starts with a spark, but in California, The spark might not come from nature. It might come from a plan. And if that's true, who's holding the match? Stick around, because what's coming next will change the way you see these fires forever. What if the fires ravaging California aren't the result of nature or even human carelessness, but something far more deliberate? As we sift through the ashes, bizarre anomalies and eerie patterns begin to emerge, pointing to possibilities the official story can't explain. Let's take a closer look at the theories they don't want you to believe. Number 1. Directed energy weapons, DWs, a high-tech nightmare. One of the most chilling theories involves directed energy weapons, or DEWs. These advanced tools use focused energy, like lasers or microwaves, to generate intense heat in a targeted area. Sounds like science fiction, right? But some claim these weapons are being used to ignite wildfires with surgical precision. Take a look at these photos. Cars with melted aluminum frames parked next to untouched trees. Experts say that normal wildfires don't generate the heat needed to cause this kind of damage. So, where is it coming from? Could this technology be in the hands of powerful groups used to reshape California's landscape under the guise of natural disasters? And if so, who's controlling it and why? Number 2. Land grabs and the billion-dollar reset. The second theory points to something less high-tech but equally sinister: land grabs. It's no secret that California is one of the most expensive places to live, with every square foot of land highly coveted. And yet wildfires often strike areas where development has been stalled by zoning laws or environmental regulations. In 2018, a devastating fire tore through Paradise, California, destroying nearly the entire town. Not long after, plans emerged for rebuilding, but this time with higher-end housing and infrastructure. Coincidence, or a calculated reset designed to drive out low-income residents and replace them with profitable projects? Some believe these fires are clearing the way for high-speed rail projects, renewable energy farms, or luxury developments. The fires make the land uninhabitable, driving people away and leaving it ripe for redevelopment by those who can afford to rebuild. Number 3. Environmental policies or planned chaos. And then there's the question of policy. California is known for its strict environmental regulations, but could those very policies be making the problem worse? Decades of fire suppression and limited forest management have left vast areas of overgrown brush, a literal tinderbox waiting for a spark. Controlled burns, a proven method to reduce wildfire risk, are often delayed or canceled due to red tape. Meanwhile, areas that burn year after year seem to receive little in the way of long-term prevention efforts. Why? Some suggest that keeping the fires burning serves a larger agenda. Who benefits from the chaos? Every disaster has winners and losers. Insurance companies rake in billions in premiums. Real estate developers buy up land for pennies on the dollar. And government agencies secure massive funding for fire prevention programs that seem to do little to stop the fires. So who benefits from this cycle of destruction, and who's being left behind? Whether it's cutting-edge weapons, calculated land grabs, or policy-driven chaos, one thing is clear: there's more to these fires than meets the eye. The real question isn't just, how do we stop them, but who's lighting the match, and why? If these fires aren't just random acts of nature, then someone, or something, must be behind them. But who could orchestrate such widespread devastation? The answer lies in following the money, the power, and the policies shaping California's future. Insurance companies are among the first to profit. They collect premiums for years, and while they pay out for damages, they raise rates across the board, turning disasters into long-term financial gains. Then there are the real estate developers, who swoop in to buy fire-damaged properties at bargain prices, ready to rebuild with lucrative new projects. But it doesn't end there. Tech companies have been quietly acquiring land in rural areas, promising to develop fireproof smart cities. Could these fires be a convenient excuse to clear the way for their futuristic ambitions? Then we have the political players. Fire prevention and recovery efforts are worth billions in state and federal funding. Lawmakers and agencies funnel these funds into programs that often yield questionable results. But here's the kicker. Many of these same politicians receive campaign donations from the very industries profiting off the fires: insurance, real estate, and tech. Question to the audience. Could it be that the people in charge of protecting California from wildfires are benefiting too much to truly stop them? And it's not just local. International investors are eyeing California's wildfire zones as opportunities. Hedge funds and foreign corporations are buying up land, betting on redevelopment profits. Could global elites see these fires not as tragedies, but as investments? The deeper you dig, the more questions arise. Is this destruction simply a result of negligence, or is it a calculated plan? From corporations to politicians to global investors, the list of those who stand to benefit is long. But in the end, the real mystery isn't just who's lighting the match. It's what they're planning to do once the smoke clears. California is burning, but the flames may only be part of the story. We've uncovered clues, connected the dots, and exposed the players who might be shaping this chaos to their advantage. Now, it's time to ask the hard questions, because the truth doesn't reveal itself. It demands to be uncovered. Don't settle for the official story. Research, question, and dig deeper. Look into land ownership records, campaign contributions, and the interests of those profiting from these fires. The answers are out there, but it's up to us to find them. The power of change lies with you. Share this video, start conversations, demand transparency from corporations and policymakers. Together, we can turn suspicion into action and ensure that California's future isn't written in smoke and ash. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends. See you on the next one.